Hey everybody, it's Anna. Time for our final card in this week's tarot story. So we close the week with the Four of Wands reversed. So I connect the number 4 to feeling stabilized and balanced. And wands are connected to the element of fire. They're about feeling fiery and inspired and impassioned. So the image here shows what looks to be a wedding celebration. And if you think of what a wedding is, it's basically a group of people gathering around to support the beginning of a new home. So there's a new home, that's the vision, the inspiration, the passion, and people are gathering around those people to offer them love and support and advice and whatever else they might need, even physical resources sometimes to help them establish their house. So there's this idea of you've got this powerful energy that's being stabilized, it's being rooted in and supported by others. And this card shows up when it's time for us to do that. We realize we have to establish a really firm foundation so that whatever we're building, as it gets bigger and stronger and heavier, there is something at the very bottom that's keeping it stabilized. And that is the people around us. That's the community around us. That's the universe. That's nature. It's all of these things that are surrounding us to help give us their strength, lending their strength to what we are creating. So this card came to us reversed. And that suggests to me that we are not necessarily recognizing the resources that are being offered to us. And so we're not feeling the stability that is available to us. And this feels very resonant with what the lesson has been this week, which is the Queen of Pentacles was the first card, which was about like being in the world, letting yourself be nurtured and supported and soothed and being the creature on the planet, getting your mind out of this sort of isolated place the mind tends to be in. The mind tends to live in its own world, and you have to break the mind out of that world, right? And one way you do that is by being in the physical world. It's by eating good foods and going on walks and sitting in the sun and kind of bringing the mind out of this theoretical world it lives in into the present moment where life is actually happening. And the reason the mind avoids that experience sometimes or is distracted is because it is caught in old stories or old ideas. It's guarding and it's worrying about what might happen. Again, that's theory, right? And that was yesterday's card, which was the Six of Cups reversed, where the mind is interrupting or interfering with our ability to come to the world with an open and ready heart. So we're not engaging the magic around us because we're remembering what happened before, or we're worried what might happen next, or making a mistake or looking foolish. All of those things are theories the mind is playing with, right? And when the mind is that caught in its own, and by the way, all minds do this. This is not an extraordinarily dysfunctional mind I'm describing. This is a normal mind. But when the mind does that, it needs help in being redirected. You have to kind of break it out of the prison it's created for itself and show it something else is possible. So again, here we have the reversal suggests to me that we think we are not supported. We think we're in a hostile world. We're by ourselves. We have to make it on our own. We can't trust others. We can't let people be near us because we think we have to be, because the mind thinks that the world's hostile. It's got an idea, it's got a theory based on perhaps experiences. But even the experiences are dead, by the way. So the mind relying on experiences, is it relying on something that's not happening anymore, right? I mean, in linear time. Now, the pain may still be intact. That's often the case. The pain is intact. So to the mind, what happened when we were 7 is still happening because the pain is still intact. So we do need to release the pain. That's true. That's fair. But it can be released. It can be healed. It just needs to be. We need to do so. So I think this idea that we are in a dangerous world, the reversal. We don't have a supportive world. I think we want to challenge that in the mindset. But what if that's not true? What if that belief is based on an old story and possibly pain that is still intact? And if we release the pain, we can let go of the story. What if this is possible? We want the mind to play with the idea that it's not quite seeing the full picture. Because when the mind gets curious, when you start challenging it and it goes, I wonder if that's the case, the mind begins to relax, begins to shake it up a little bit, begins to become more responsive to other things that are possible. So we want to just gently challenge the mind. What if you're wrong? What if you've got it wrong? What if there's another way that actually works better with what we're here to do on the planet? And the mind, and usually, I'll speak for myself and with my clients, the minds that intuitives have are minds that are pretty good at responding to intuition. Like they're built to be your partner, right? The mind is built to be the partner to intuition. So it's not that the mind can't do it. It's that it can't get there by itself. It needs to be challenged. It needs to be supported and guided. It needs to be healed so that it can move forward. Once we really partner with the mind and help it with what it needs, the mind's usually very willing to be challenged and to be curious and adventurous. We just have to help it feel safe to do that. So that's my final card. See you next time. Bye.